This handheld, check. This sounds all right? Ooh.
Microphone check. Microphone check, 1, 2. Check for the live stream. Microphone check for the live stream.
All right, everybody, we're going to get started in about 5 minutes. So if you could begin to take your seats, grab your drinks. 5 minutes. Thank you. All right, everybody, we're going to get started. Please find your seats. Please find your seats and enjoy the program. All right, everybody, last call. Please find your seats and we'll begin the program.
Good evening, and thank you for attending our Chamber's premier event, Celebrate Corvallis. Oregon State Credit Union has been privileged to serve as this event's title sponsor since 2011. Most of these years, you've heard from me with this welcome to Celebrate Corvallis. This year, we thought it would be best to share the honor of hosting you with our credit union team. So,
every January, the Chamber of Commerce gathers the community to recognize those outstanding accomplishments of our civic volunteers,
business leaders,
and giving citizens
at this annual Corvallis Gala.
Your chamber has been a champion of the local business community since 1912.
Oregon State Credit Union
feels extremely fortunate
To live, work,
and serve this community's financial needs for 64 of those years. There are so many business
and community leaders
dedicating their time and dollars
that's making a difference for Corvallis.
Please know that just to receive a nomination for tonight's honors
is to be recognized
for your significant contributions locally.
even to attend tonight.
is your sign of appreciation
For all we do collectively
to add to our nationally ranked quality of life.
All of you deserve our deepest admiration.
And so,
for all that's Oregon State Credit Union.
Thank you for being here tonight.
And now, let's celebrate Corvallis.
It's Celebrate Corvallis! Tonight, the patron of the arts, the nonprofit of the year, the entrepreneur of the year, the business person of the year, the large business of the year, the small business of the year, the medium business of the year, the senior first citizen, the junior first citizen, the future first citizen, the past first citizen, the sustainable business of the year, Linda, the good witch, the first citizen, a possible surprise presentation, a look at business news from the future, musical guest, Pink, and your host tonight, please welcome to the stage, from the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce, Cooper Whitman.
Thank you so much. That must be the ambassador's table. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Welcome to the 71st annual Celebrate Corvallis. This is the Chamber of Commerce's biggest event of the year, so it's really great to see you all here tonight. It's nice to see some friendly faces in the front row, kind of make my heart calm down a little bit. Can I be honest with you for a second, though? It's been kind of a weird day. You get that feeling sometimes that you're forgetting something. And like I've had it all day, but yep, don't worry about it. We'll push through. I'm gonna be all right. Before we get any further, I want to thank our sponsors. So of course, our platinum sponsor. Shoot, no, you know what? It's really nagging. I really feel like I forgot something. Heather, you out there?
Yep, I'm here, Cooper.
Okay. Would you mind working with John Harris to get kind of the Celebrate Corvallis to-do list up? I need to review it really quick to see, I feel, we forgot something, right? There's got to be something we forgot. Awesome, thank you. So let's see, we put together the centerpieces, right? Like it?
Yes,
Yeah,
Cooper.
looks good.
Yep,
We did the nominations process.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, we got our winners, we got the plaques. We picked winners, right?
Yeah, actually, this is Casey and I's to-do list, and it's been all done a couple months ago. Yeah, John, could you please bring up Cooper's to-do list? I'm pretty sure there's just one thing we asked you to do.
Oh. Holy crap. What am I going to do? No, wait, you know what? I prepared for this. Sorry, give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, cool.
Hey, I checked something here a little while ago and I need to pick it up.
This is dated 2018.
2018 was just a couple of weeks ago, right?
No, like January 2018. It was a full year ago.
Yeah, you're correct, but it says right there on the ticket that I can just redeem the ticket for my item and use it.
This is weird.
Yeah, but I'm really excited to see if it worked.
All right.
Do you see it? They clean these out pretty regularly.
Oh, not yet. There it is. All right, let's see.
Gross. That thing is next to my lunch.
Hey. Okay. How to wake him up? Mike, the Corvallis City Council is gonna ban plastic straws.
What? Ban plastic straws? That's the last straw. Cooper, is that you?
Yeah, Mike,
It is you, Cooper.
Yeah, no, it's me.
Where am I? Last thing I remember, we finished Celebrate Corvallis, and you brought me back here saying you had saved me some food and a beer.
That's right.
How much time has gone by?
It's not all that important, Mike.
How's Hillary doing as president?
Okay, some memory loss. We kind of expected that. That's okay.
Did we finally get that pro-business city council elected?
I don't remember expecting gibberish. I don't know.
Wait, this is coming back to me now. You lured me back here with the Hot Pockets and beer, then you drugged me and you put me in the freezer.
It wasn't exactly like that.
Look, how much time has gone by?
Not important. Just, I need you. Let's go.
Wait, who worked on the newspaper while I was frozen? Who wrote the editorials?
I don't know.
The newspaper endorsed Newt Bueller?
And now, welcome your host for the evening, the evil genius CEO and president of the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce, Cooper Whitman, and the man known as the Ice Cube, the editor of the Corvallis Gazette-Times and former backup dancer for Taylor Swift, Mike McAnally.
Got that figured out. Thanks for bearing with me while I finish my to-do list. Let's begin tonight's festivities. Thank you for being here, we need to start thanking our sponsors.
I'm just trying to thaw out over here, if that's okay with you.
Do you mind?
Yeah, I'm just trying to thaw out a little bit.
All right, well, before we begin, of course, our thanks go out to Rhonda Hiley Brown and Oregon State Credit Union for serving for yet another year as our premier sponsor. We are so grateful. It does take a village to make such an annual event possible, and indeed, we would like to thank our additional sponsors that contribute so much to making this such a special evening. Our grand sponsors are Citizens Bank, Forks and Corks Catering, Horsepower Productions, Hub City Graphics, Pacific Power, and Samaritan Health Services. It's okay to clap. That's all right. You can do that. We didn't plan for any applause, but you can do it. It's all right.
Our honor sponsors tonight include Gallagher Childers Wealth Management Group, Haugen's Gallery Portrait Studio, which did all of the photos of the nominees tonight, Jacobs Engineering, Northwest Natural, and Willamette Valley Planning.
Also, we want to thank all of our in-kind sponsors, as you can see on the slide. We truly could not do this tonight without all of your help. Thanks again to each of you. And now we move to the reasons why we're here. Tonight's Celebrate Corvallis Awards is a night where we honor the winners and all of the nominees, and a chance for us to celebrate everything we love about this city. Mike?
Is it cold in here, Cooper, or is it just me?
No, it's probably just you.
If you say so.
But before we move into the awards, we wanted to take a moment to respond to some of the complaints we've received about how some of our nominees in the past have conducted themselves on this big, exciting evening.
Now, we want to emphasize that this is not behavior that we have seen in all of our nominees, most of whom comport themselves with the highest standards of decorum.
That's pretty well said for a guy who's frozen 5 minutes ago.
I'm just warming up, Cooper.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, groan, please. Again, many of you nominees are experienced at this process, but for some of you first-time nominees, we thought it would be important to review some of the proper etiquette for Celebrate nominees.
First, it is not appropriate to wear a button that says, "Kiss me, I'm a first citizen nominee."
You know, we used to think that was okay.
But it never really was, Cooper, so take that button off.
Moving on. Here's an important reminder. It's too late to attempt to bribe the judges. They are above reproach.
No collusion at all was involved in the work the judges did. However, it is not too late to attempt to bribe the co-hosts.
Correct.
After all, just a little bit of duct tape can hide the name of the real winner. No one will be the wiser.
Fair enough. It's not like we're getting paid for this, right?
If we were getting paid for it, the jokes might be funnier.
All right, moving on. After numerous complaints, we have been forced to put a moratorium on overly enthusiastic celebration dances should you win tonight.
We are calling this the Larry Mullins rule.
Very necessary.
Again, I'm so happy that you laughed at that joke.
Finally, Celebrate nominees, never forget this. It is an honor just to be nominated.
Cooper, that is so true. And with that little bit of housekeeping out of the way, let's move on to the reason why we're here tonight, our annual Celebrate Corvallis Awards.
Yep. As always, information about each of the awards can be found on your program. There are many of them on your tables there. We have a tradition now of honoring not just this year's winners and nominees, but also all the previous winners and previous nominees who are here tonight in all of our categories. So when we start to talk about each award, we'll invite all the previous winners and nominees in that category to stand and be recognized for their achievements.
Now, after we recognize the past winners and nominees, we'll show videos produced by our good friend and Mueller probe unindicted co-conspirator John No Collusion Harris at Horsepower Productions that introduce all the nominees for tonight's awards. With dozens of organizations and individuals to be recognized tonight, the introductions necessarily have to be brief so that we can leave sometime before the start of the Albany Distinguished Service Awards. After each video shows, we'll ask all the nominees to stand for another round of well-deserved recognition.
Then, as Mike and I inevitably fumble with all the wrapping on the award plaques, nominees can sit back down and we will name the winner. So let's get started with your awards for special achievements in Corvallis. We start with Patron of the Arts tonight. Would past year's winners and nominees for the Patron of the Arts award please rise and be recognized? And now please turn your attention to the screens for more information about the award and this year's nominees.
Oscar Wilde once said, "It is through art and through art only that we can realize our perfection." Music, theater, drawing, painting, sculpture, photography, Corvallis is fortunate to have a diverse and thriving arts community. As director of the Arts Center, I am proud to introduce tonight's nominees for Patron of the Arts. The nominees for Patron of the Arts are
Bruce Burris. Bruce Burris is an artist and director of several arts initiatives, including CEI Artworks Studio, Outpost 1000, and Invisible. Much of his work is dedicated to the valuable contributions made by artists with disabilities and integrating them and their artwork into the community. This Hallie Ford Foundation Fellowship Award recipient has been working in the field of art and disability for almost 40 years. His studio has hosted over 30 exhibits with more than 200 artists in the last 3.5 years. Holly Campbell. Holly is a dedicated artist and volunteer in the Corvallis arts scene. As co-owner of the Hold Studio, Holly is a member of the Corvallis Arts Walk, Voices Gallery, and curates for the Young Voices Traveling exhibit, a gallery for young artists. She has also devoted time to volunteering for the Arts Center's Chocolate Fantasy and Chintamani Wildlife Center's Art is Wild fundraiser. Most recently, Holly has painted sets for the Majestic Theater's fall production. Patrick Heckelman. Patrick is a Corvallis native and best known for his freehand drawings of old warships. These are so finely detailed that they could easily be mistaken for blueprints. This Outpost 1000 participant has hosted local pop-up exhibits and participates in panels and lectures for the arts around the state. Patrick's work has been featured across the United States, from Portland to New York City. Jim Martinez, a volunteer music director and conductor of the Corvallis High School Theater and the Majestic Theater for over 6 years. Jim has worked on popular productions such as West Side Story, Catch Me If You Can, and The Little Mermaid. Jim finds meaning in his volunteer efforts by having the ability to pull people of various backgrounds and ages together to create enriching musical experiences. Jim also donates time to the Willamette Valley Symphony, the Benton County Cultural Coalition, and United Way, among others. Jennifer Moreland. Jennifer is the creator, curator, and director of the Corvallis Downtown Mural Project, a venture dedicated to planning and orchestrating murals on the sides of buildings in downtown Corvallis. Since its inception in 2016, Jennifer has single-handedly been involved in the planning and orchestrating of more than 10 high-profile murals that pique the interest of tourists. Winner of the 2016 and 2017 Downtown Design Award, she has dedicated her time to volunteering for local nonprofits like the Downtown Corvallis Association, Da Vinci Days, and Corvallis Fall Festival. Marnie Zoa. Marnie combined her love for art and animals by creating the Art is Wild annual fundraiser for Chintamani Wildlife Center. This annual event allows local artists, young and old, to donate their creative talents and give back to the community. As owner of the Voices Gallery and a Corvallis Arts Walk member, Marnie aims to inspire people to use their creativity and passion to help others grow. Her art outreach includes the Corvallis Fall Festival and Young Voices Traveling Show.
Mother Teresa said, "I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples." I think it's safe to say that tonight's nominees have been making waves in our local community for many years. Our 8 nominees have nearly 260 years of combined service to the community, ranging from 3 to 67 years for a variety of causes. Programs, grants, investments, historical artifacts, children, students, special needs individuals, and families are among the many services these local nonprofits address year-round. The people that work for these organizations are not motivated by money. Rather, they are motivated by purpose, seeking to change lives and transform the world we live in for the better. Here are the nominees for Community Organization Nonprofit of the Year.
Benton Community Foundation. The Benton Community Foundation was founded in 1953 by visionaries dedicated to helping children in Benton County. BCF partners with individuals to maximize their philanthropic impact by developing, protecting, and building permanent community resources. In 2018 alone, BCF has distributed more than $1.4 million in grants and scholarships, a record for the organization, and includes preserving the Clemens Community Pool in Philomath with a $750,000 gift. Benton County Historical Society. As one of the largest museums in Oregon, the Historical Society hosts traveling works, quilt, and fine art programming. It's also home to the renowned Horner Collection. The museum hosts more than 8,000 visitors per year, and that number is expected to double in 2019 with the completion of the new museum in downtown Corvallis. Bit by Bit. Bit by Bit's mission is to provide equine-assisted therapy in a safe, professional, and positive environment. This all-volunteer organization was founded in 2015 and assists clients with a wide array of diagnoses, including Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, autism, and ADHD. The equine therapy has proven to help individuals live healthier, happier, and more active lives. Chintamani Wildlife Center. the Chintimany Wildlife Center provides care for injured and orphaned wildlife with the goal of returning them to the natural habitat. Over 30,000 injured, orphaned, or sick wild animals have been cared for by the Wildlife Center since its inception 30 years ago. The Wildlife Center has a fully equipped hospital with state-of-the-art technology and well-trained staff. They are dedicated to educating the public about the biology and behavior of wildlife, connecting children with nature through hands-on and place-based experiential learning. Corvallis Bicycle Collective. The Corvallis Bicycle Collective started as a student group at Oregon State University in 2007 with the mission to enhance health, safety, sustainability, and happiness through bicycling. The Bicycle Collective consists of a group of mechanics, makers, and activists who share a passion for its mission. This do-it-yourself bike shop aims to serve all members of the community, having served more than 3,500 patrons last year alone. Through annual events like Corvallis Spring Roll and Open Streets Corvallis, they display hands-on bike education so that people of all ages can learn and practice safe road skills. Corvallis Public Schools Foundation. The Corvallis Public Schools Foundation works to support K-12 students across our 13 public schools. Since it was established in 1996, the Schools Foundation has channeled over $10 million from private individuals and businesses into local schools. The foundation works to reduce barriers to education for students navigating poverty, to improve graduation rates, and to expand excellence through learning enrichment grants. Old Mill Center for Children and Families. Old Mill Center empowers children and families from diverse backgrounds to optimize their potential through specially designed education and therapy programs. Started by Dr. Bev Larson in 1977, Old Mill Center now serves children in Benton and Linn counties from birth to age 18 and offers 5 programs including Healthy Families, Integrated Preschool, Intensive Treatment Services, Relief Nursery, and Child and Teen Family Counseling. Trillium Family Services. In 1998, 3 of Oregon's oldest children's nonprofits merged to become Trillium Family Services. Headquartered in Portland, this nonprofit is guided by the crucial mission of building brighter futures for children and families through the creation of safe and supportive communities. Their Corvallis location, the Trillium Children's Farm Home, includes programs such as psychiatric residential care, outpatient therapy, and day programs.
Now presenting the award for Nonprofit of the Year and also a $500 check from Leadership Corvallis is Monet Johnston.
So I wouldn't have to lower this. Good evening, everyone. I'm Monet, honored to be here representing Leadership Corvallis.
Tonight's nominees for Future First Citizen are an incredible group of young men and women ideally suited to be our future leaders. They are a perfect representation of the young people Franklin Roosevelt was talking about when he said, "We cannot always build a future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future." Their hard work and commitment to their education, extracurricular activities, friends and family, and service to others is no easy feat. These remarkable students do it with grace, grit, and perseverance. They're blazing a path to success for the future. As the superintendent of the Corvallis School District, it is my great honor to introduce the nominees for Future First Citizen.
Abby Abraham, Santiam Christian High School. Abby is currently the Activities Director for the Student Council, Vice President of the National Honor Society, and was previously Vice President for the Junior Class Council. This competitive cheerleader volunteers at Good Samaritan Regional Medical Center in the Women's and Family Department and is involved at Camp Attitude. She is also participating in the Albany Chamber of Commerce Youth Leadership Program. Carrie Gottfried, Corvallis High School. Carrie is involved in the Corvallis Key Club, the Hyoscope School Newspaper, and National Honor Society. This founding member of Love is the Key Club has helped sort clothing at the Vinamosa Centers, staffs water stations at local running races, fundraise for the Center Against Rape and Domestic Violence, and also helped set up the Pastega Holiday Light Display. Nicole Lampap, Corvallis High School. Nicole is president of the Unified Sports Club, a member of the National Honor Society, as well as head coordinator of the Mr. and Miss Spartan program. This captain and goalkeeper for the varsity girls soccer team was also involved in the Special Olympics, as well as the Night to Shine Special Needs Prom. Sage Rasmussen, Crescent Valley High School. Sage is the Student Sustainability Coordinator, organizes the school's Earth Fair, and is a member of the Political Activism Club at Crescent Valley. She is also one of the leaders of the Youth Climate Action Group. Sage helped put on Teacher Appreciation Week, Cultural Food Day, Mental Health Awareness Day, and is head of the Environmental Committee. Samuel Sparks, Santiam Christian High School. Samuel is president of the National Honor Society, team captain of the robotics team, and junior class president of Santiam Christian High last year. Active in football and wrestling, Samuel recently traveled to Antigua, Guatemala with his father, a dentist, to offer free dental care. He also traveled to Oakland, California on a mission to help the homeless. Geneva Wolf, Crescent Valley High School. This student body president and a member of the National Honor Society is captain of the cross country and track teams. She started Bring Others Opportunity and Success for Togetherness, the Boost Club, at Crescent Valley High. Geneva also spends time volunteering at the Garfield School Food Bank and runs the Political Activism Club at Crescent Valley.
Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Republic Services is a proud sponsor of the Sustainable Business Award because we recognize Margaret Mead's words will only be realized by people and businesses willing to lead. Tonight's nominees have chosen to lead by example through their business practices and investments. Here are the nominees for Sustainable Business of the Year.
Equilibrium Painting. Equilibrium Painting's vision is to offer exceptional painting services without sacrificing the health of the community and natural environment. They aim to reduce indoor and outdoor air pollution through the use of high-quality products that have 0 to extremely low amounts of volatile organic compound. This family-owned business is actively involved in the Corvallis Sustainability Coalition and the Corvallis Environmental Center. Skyhigh Brewing. Built, owned, and operated by real beavers, Skyhigh Brewing has a passion for brewing local, world-class craft beer and a commitment to sustainability. From food to the building materials, Skyhigh invests in locally sourced products. Their rooftop solar system alone reduced more than 20,000 pounds from their carbon footprint and provides an extensive amount of renewable energy. They support local organizations like the Corvallis Sustainability Coalition, the Benton County Fair, and Greenbelt Land Trust, among others. Wild Yeast Bakery. Wild Yeast Bakery provides the Willamette Valley with quality, handcrafted, organically sourced artisan bakery products. Ingredients come from local and regional producers, made with solar electric power and water, and packaged in compostable bags. Unsold bread is often donated to the South Corvallis Food Bank. Owners April and Craig Hall Cutting teach local baking classes and support local organizations like the Corvallis Sustainability Coalition and the Living South Town Initiative, among others.
The people crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do. Steve Jobs' words underscore the essence of an entrepreneur. People with dreams, people with spirit, people that measure risk and take a chance. People with the audacity to believe they can change the world. This year's nominees span a wide array of entrepreneurs in our community. Their ideas, well, they reach far and wide. Here are the nominees for Entrepreneur of the Year. Kristen Bertelsen, Queen Bee Organizing. Kristen Bertelsen grew up organizing and encouraging people around her to make the most out of their space. In 2010, Queen Bee Organizing was born, helping overwhelmed clients declutter and create an environment of harmony. The company has grown to 13 employees and continuously donates to Cardva, Furniture Share, and Vinamoses, among others. Dan Orzek, Oregon Clean Power Cooperative. Oregon Clean Power Co-op assists in helping Oregonians move to a clean energy future by allowing them to invest in renewable energy projects in their communities. Since 2014, Dan has helped leverage more than $1 million in solar construction projects to the Oregon economy. The co-op partners with local churches, nonprofits, and schools throughout Oregon, and locally works on projects with the Sustainability Coalition and Corvallis High School. Scott Ramsey, Ramsey Fab. In 2004, Scott Ramsey founded Ramsey Fab, a company dedicated to turning your ideas into reality. Simple or complex, one-off prototype or high-volume production runs, Scott and his employees work with several industries to provide a one-stop shop for their customers' needs. Ramsey Fab participates in the Philomath Robotics Club and has donated to Bike MS Oregon and ABC House. Dr. Jose Reyes Jr., New Scale Power. New Scale Power began as a spin-off out of Oregon State University and has grown to employ more than 450 people in offices across the U.S. This small modular reactor technology creates energy that is smarter, cleaner, safer, and more cost-effective, demonstrating the company's "Let's change the power that changes the world" motto. Locally, New Scale employees donate their time to Rotary, Sir Optimist, Benton County Fair, and Da Vinci Days, among others. Jeff Silverman, Rockstar Singing Telegrams. In 2009, Jeff Silverman started Rockstar Singing Telegrams as a way to put a modern twist on the traditional singing telegram. It has grown into one of the most loved and popular telegram services in the United States, with services reaching New York, Los Angeles, and Portland. Rockstar Singing Telegrams has donated its time and services to local nonprofits such as Friends of the Family Ministries and the Refuge Fundraiser.
Somewhere along the way, we must learn that there is nothing greater than to do something for others. The contributions to service organizations and causes that tonight's nominees make in our community reflect the words of Martin Luther King Jr. Their growing resumes of service and leadership are indicative of their belief that nothing is greater than doing something for others. Here are your nominees for Junior First Citizen. Manju Bangalore. This Miss Oregon USA 2018 semifinalist and Crescent Valley High grad began serving her community at a young age. With the goal of being an astronaut, she has interned for NASA 4 times and served in the Obama administration's Office of Science and Technology Policy. In 2015, she founded Operation Period, an Oregon nonprofit that provides menstrual health advocacy, education, and services to those in need in the U.S. and India. Recently, she served as campaign manager for Sammy for Oregon Benton County Commissioner and was the youth speaker at Houston Women's March. Jennifer Beaumont. This Corvallis Chamber Ambassador dedicates much of her time to fostering youth in our community. As a therapeutic foster provider through Trillium Family Services, she hosted more than 42 youth in her home. Jennifer is also an ambassador for Jackson Street Youth Services, board member of the Corvallis Young Pros, and served as community liaison for the American Cancer Society Relay for Life at OSU. Jason Harris. As a board member and elder for Grace City Church, Jason has led and fundraised over $250,000 for a building renovation project. This Corvallis Chamber Ambassador also serves as treasurer to the Corvallis Area NAACP and on the Finance Committee for Community Outreach. Jason has also volunteered for Love Inc., the City of Corvallis Police Department, and the Franklin School PTA. Chrissy Lucas. An active community leader while working at OSU Extension Service, Chrissy has dedicated much of her volunteer work to 4-H, wildlife, and baseball. In her tenure on the Corvallis Little League Board of Directors, she was responsible for sponsorships, concessions, and keeping score. This 2009 4-H Wildlife Steward of the Year is now serving as board president of the Chintimony Wildlife Center and volunteers for the annual Art is Wild silent auction fundraiser. Amy Yardley. As Corvallis Sister Cities PR Chair, Amy has helped reorganize their website, market the Gondor Council Dinner, and was lead planner for the Uzharad Council Annual Dinner. Amy has served on Leadership Corvallis' Curriculum Committee and is a member of the graduating class of 2017. She has also dedicated her time to Heartland Humane Society, the Corvallis Bicycle Collective, and Cornerstone Associates. A volunteer since she was 9 years old, Amy believes it is vital to give back to your community and is instilling that same belief in her children.
also having an employer, Samaritan, who encourages employees to go out and be active in the community. But Corvallis is a wonderful, wonderful place to live and work and volunteer, and thank you so much.
And Anthony, we'll need photos to document the year.
Well, we're nearing our halfway point tonight, but how about another round of applause for John Harris of Horsepower Productions, a former junior first citizen himself, for his work on all the videos and our audio-visual aids. Thank you, John.
And before we move further into our awards, it's important to take a moment to pay tribute to those community leaders we've lost during the past year. Here are a few words about several leaders who made Corvallis special and who will be sorely missed.
Stan D. Robson passed away January 28th, 2018 at age 74. Stan was employed with the Benton County Sheriff's Department for over 30 years. During his time there, he developed a passion and expertise in working on domestic violence and child abuse cases. He was Benton County Sheriff from 1996 to 2001. He was voted Sheriff of the Year in 1999 by his peers. Stan volunteered his time serving on various statewide councils, committees, task forces, and organizations specific to domestic violence and child abuse issues. He was co-founder and instructor for Universal Tracking Services, providing training and instruction for human trafficking for various search and rescue organizations. Instructions for human tracking. He was also active with the Livestock Association, the Benton County Sheriff's Mounted Posse, and 4-H. Stan Robson.
Harold Peter Benson passed away March 19th, 2018 at age 90. Harold moved to Corvallis in 1949 to join his brother Bill in running Benson's paint and floor covering. Harold saw Corvallis grow from a tiny settlement to a mid-sized town during his nearly 7 decades here. He was engaged in civic life as president of the city council, served on the Chamber of Commerce board, helped found the former Benton County Bank, was active in Rotary, the Boys and Girls Club, and the Benton County Foundation. He also served on the boards of Grace Lutheran Church and Luther House, and was well known as an outstanding pickleball player. Harold Benson.
Jackson Weaver Ross Jr. passed away on June 24th, 2018 at age 97. Jack was a senior first citizen in 1993. A vocal advocate of volunteerism, Jack was actively involved in the Corvallis community, primarily through his longtime membership in Kiwanis. He scheduled drivers and delivered meals to housebound seniors for Meals on Wheels and was honored by that organization for 28 years of service. He supported the Vina Moses Center, the Corvallis Boys and Girls Club, the Benton County Elections Department, and was one of the primary sources for the Christmas lights that graced downtown and the courthouse. He was the consummate Christmas light repairman for everyone, including the Mario Pastega Christmas light display, and many people brought him their broken strings of lights to repair each year. Jack spent hours watching the Golf Channel,
Jack Ritchie passed away October 25th, 2018 at age 90. Jack was born and raised near Blanchard, Oklahoma. He was the fifth of 8 sons and 1 daughter of Gene and Grace Ritchie. As a senior at Blanchard High School, he was the school body's 1947 all-around boy. Jack, along with brothers Perman, Shine, and Leroy, owned and operated Ritchie's Markets in Corvallis and Albany for almost 50 years. Ritchie's Market was named the 2003 Business of the Year. He thrived on serving his customers and contributing generously to both communities, which included sponsoring the Corvallis American Legion baseball team for 40-plus summers. He was also proud of the hundreds of high school and college students he hired and mentored. Jack Ritchie.
Terry Bruce Elder passed away on October 27, 2018 at age 97. Terrence was first citizen in 1980. Terry enrolled in Oregon State College in the late 1930s. While studying agriculture, he served as student manager of the OSC track and field team, chapter president of his fraternity, Delta Upsilon, and as an enthusiastic member of the cheer squad. As happened for so many young students in the 1940s, World War II interrupted Terry's college career. His frontline experiences as an armored reconnaissance commander in Europe postponed his OSC graduation until June 1947. Following graduation, he began a career in banking spanning 41 years, eventually becoming vice president and manager of the Corvallis branch. At each assignment, Terry became involved in community and social activities as well as fraternal organizations. Terry was awarded First Citizen of Corvallis, the Bank Civic Leadership Award, and Oregon State University College of Agricultural Sciences Diamond Pioneer Award, OSU Alumni Association Leadership Award as well. Terry also served as president of the OSU Alumni Association, president of the OSU Dads Club, president of the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce, and president of the Rotary Club of Corvallis. Terry Elder.
Grant Foster Converse died January 1st, 2019. He was 42 years old. Grant was born to Janet and Clinton Converse in Kodiak, Alaska on September 8th, 1976. He was adorable, a fact corroborated by his being crowned Kodiak's cutest baby during the town's 1977 4th of July celebration. Grant graduated from Crescent Valley High School and Linn-Benton Community College, then completed a Bachelor of Science at Oregon State University, majoring in geography. After taking several geology classes, Grant became passionate about emergency preparedness, frequently forwarding checklists and articles on geologic hazards and gifting emergency supplies to friends and family. After high school, Grant worked for HP's security team for several years. In 2011, Grant began rescuing, repairing, and selling furniture discarded by OSU students. The business quickly evolved into Corvallis Furniture and expanded to 3 locations. Grant Converse.
These community leaders were titans, and the impact of their contributions to our city is apparent each and every day. They will be remembered fondly, and their legacies underscore why, whether it's then or now, Corvallis will remain a special place for all of us. Let's give them all one more well-deserved round of thankful applause, please.
Now a little bit of unplanned mischief. There is an award that the Chamber does not present every year, but this year we thought we had a worthy winner. The Jim and Ruth Halland Award is given in memory of 2 extraordinary Corvallis citizens. Jim and Ruth are connected to the community by the legacy they leave in both the business and the civic areas. Jim was one of the 4 founding members of the engineering firm CH2M Hill, now part of the 70,000 employee worldwide engineering firm Jacobs Engineering. The legacy that Jim and Ruth leave, however, is not limited to the business world. Both Jim and Ruth were passionate about civic engagement, and they served in many capacities over the years. They were involved in the establishment of the Pegasus Art Gallery, the Madison Avenue Task Force, and they were active in their Corvallis Presbyterian Church until late in their long lives. Folks who were lucky enough to meet the Howlands can recall their warmth, their humanity, and their can-do attitude as hallmarks of the way in which they contributed to this vital community. Now, please turn your attention to the video screens for a special presentation.
Hi everyone, I'm Pat Casey. I'm sorry I couldn't be here for tonight's gala, but I'm honored to have the opportunity to usher in the next award. The Jim and Ruth Halland Special Achievement Award is a Chamber award that recognizes a person who has dedicated their career to representing Corvallis through their activities and demonstrated leadership in the community. This very event has benefited and been greatly influenced by his counsel, leadership, and efforts to honor the best of Corvallis in a fun and meaningful way. He holds an important role in my career, having been the head of the search committee that brought me to Corvallis and Oregon State to be the head baseball coach over the last 24 years. And in all actuality, Mike, I'm a bigger fan of Judy's than I am yours. I got a great story about Mike. You know, 4 finalists for the head coaching job were out there, and I was one of the 4. 3 of us were in the same venue recruiting. And guess who's behind the plate, but other than Mike Corwin umpiring. And we're all standing there knowing they're going to make the decision the next day as who they're going to hire as the next head coach at Oregon State. So I was a longtime friend, John Schaefer, a scout. I said, Schaefer, I can't take this anymore. Let's go get a Budweiser. And I got a call that night from Mike. And he said, hey, if we offered you the job at Oregon State, would you take it? I felt like saying, well, why in the hell would I apply for it if I wouldn't take it? Of course I'd take it. And me and Mike had breakfast the next day and then have had a long friendship. I have to tell you that the reason I couldn't be here tonight is because I went out and search for the 3 highest traits that Judy found in Mike and Mike found in Judy, and bring them back and tell you guys a story about that and figure out what drew them to their marriage. Judy, I got you done in a half day. Mike, I'm still out here on the road looking, so hopefully I'll get back sometime for first pitch and surprise. God bless you. I love you both.
Dad, I just want to say you work so hard, and I love watching you work. I love hearing you do voiceovers. I love hearing you announce games because I can immediately just know it's your voice, but I'm always still so impressed, even though I have heard it my entire life. You know, I think that you instilled in me such a work ethic and such a money conscious just mindset in me, and it's really helped me living in Los Angeles and just growing up to be the woman that I am. As much as Los Angeles is expensive and I, ask for money sometimes, you really, really do help. And I love you to death. I'm so incredibly proud of you, and you really, really do deserve this. I was always very proud of my mom. She worked really, really hard, and I really looked up to her. I think every single paper I wrote when I was in kindergarten and first grade, when they ask you that typical, who's your hero, it was always my mom. Just because she worked so hard, and there's a reason that I'm going into marketing for music, because it's what my mom did, and I wanted to be just like my mom growing up. So, I mean, I was always so proud of her. I always loved coming to work with her. I actually, my favorite story, and my mom loves to tell it too, is that I used to come to her office, and I think I got my organization from her, is I used to come and just organize all her drawers, because they were always a mess, because she just never had time to organize them. Doesn't mean she didn't want to, but I would just come, and she would pay me like $5 to just sit on her floor and like put the paper clips in the right spot, and like I loved it. It was my favorite. So I loved spending time with my mom growing up as much as I could, because both my parents worked a lot, and any chance I could get with them, I took it. So, I just want to say I'm so proud of you. You're an amazing woman, and every single time that I hear that you're doing a new thing and you call me and you're upset because you're like, I don't know if I can handle all this. You can. You say to me all the time, God gives you nothing you can't handle, and it's absolutely true. I have a saying on my arm. It's a tattoo that my mom does not like very much, but she does love the meaning. It says timing is everything, and you used to tell me that all the time growing up when I didn't get an audition, when, you know, I was just disappointed in everything that was going on. So timing is everything, everything works out for the best. And I'm so proud of you, and timing is everything, because you deserve this so much. You work so hard for this community, and I'm so incredibly proud of you.
Growing up, my parents have always been involved in the community, which meant I either got to watch my sister at home or I got dragged to one of their events. Regardless, watching them be so involved in the community, I was able to learn an important life lesson: show up. I think everyone can agree between work, community activities, and having kids that schedules can be hectic. They were always able to balance those schedules and show up for my games, my sister's concerts, umpiring, running things at the fairgrounds, and several others. You could always count on them to show up. Also a reason I think I've met 90% of Corvallis. So, Mom and Dad, once again, you've shown up, and tonight I can't think of more deserving people to receive the Jim and Ruth Halland Special Achievement Award. Thank you for all that you do. We love you, and congratulations.
John Harris and Jody Hurling, I'm going to kill you. You suckered me into this about how this was all about Mike. And I lined up my kids and Pat Casey and all these
We told her that you were winning, but that was all.
Pat Casey and I share perpetual adoration together at St. Mary's Church. Oh my God. I really have nothing to say except that thank you, Corvallis Clinic, for allowing me to be who I am and to be here and to celebrate with you and all of your achievements. I am so honored and so shocked. Thank you so very much.
Now, because we tried to make these awards to the Corwins a surprise, we weren't able to give you much background beforehand, but indulge me in a couple of minutes of reflection about Mike and Judy Corwin and what they've meant to Corvallis. Before I even got to Corvallis, when I was still in Missoula, I got a call from Mike Corwin saying, hey, you should join the board of the chamber. I said, of course, why the hell would I want to do that? Eventually, he wore me down. I said yes, and now tonight, I have a chance to extract some revenge. More seriously, if you're looking for what it is that makes Howland winners stand out, you could do a lot worse than taking a look at the resumes of Mike and Judy Corwin. In his long career in Corvallis, Mike Corwin has worked for Oregon State Athletics and for the Oregon State Credit Union. His community service includes years of working with the Economic Vitality Partnership and the Prosperity That Fits effort, because he has never managed to shake the belief that businesses and the community of Corvallis can thrive together. He has served for many years on the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, has served as the chair. He's been honored previously at this event as the Robert Ingalls Business Person of the Year. He worked for many years on the Celebrate Corvallis steering committee back when the event wasn't particularly funny.
Long time ago.
Judy Corwin has a longer resume, not that it's a competition. Before she started work at the Corvallis Clinic, she worked at Western Oregon University for 12 years. She has been president of the Greater Corvallis Rotary Club, has worked with the Corvallis Public Schools Foundation, Leadership Corvallis, Community Outreach Inc., and sings with and does publicity for the Corvallis Repertory Singers. She won the first Citizen Award in 2014 and has worked on the Celebrate Corvallis Steering Committee. She has been a commentator in the past for Fox Sports broadcasts of collegiate gymnastics competition, and we were so disappointed that we couldn't find any of that footage at all. We'll keep working. Ladies and gentlemen, two worthy additions to the roster of Howland winners.
All right, no more shenanigans. Let's get on to the Business of the Year awards.
Now, this year's Business of the Year awards are a little different from previous years. And Cooper, there's been some controversy over the decision to create two separate awards, one for large businesses and another one for smaller businesses. Could you explain the distinction?
Yeah, you know, because of the controversy, I actually prepared a visual aid here to kind of help everybody understand why we did what we did. You'll see that not all businesses are the same size. Some are small, some are large.
Well, Cooper, I think that clears up the controversy.
Amen.
This year's Small Business of the Year Award, which goes to businesses with 24 or fewer employees, is sponsored by Jody B. Hurling Photography. Jody is again hard at work tonight photographing this event, and our endless thanks go out to her, even when she gets kind of demanding. Let's take a look at this year's nominees for Small Business of the Year.
Someone once said, small business isn't for the faint of heart. It's for the brave, the patient, and the persistent. It's for the overcomer. These small businesses exemplify that. They didn't go into business to win awards. They weren't hoping to see themselves on stage. They were inspired by an idea, and they were determined to bring that idea to life. This year's nominees represent a cross-section of small business in our community, and are just a small part of what makes Corvallis a great place to live and work. They all deserve recognition as one of the many reasons we are here to celebrate Corvallis. This year's nominees for Small Business of the Year are Dirksen & Associates, a local property management company with a mission to provide residents with exemplary service and a quality home environment. Dirksen & Associates was started in 1978 by Jerry Dirksen with just one client. Now they operate more than 1,200 units, providing employees with opportunities for personal and professional development. They have an unparalleled commitment to local nonprofits like Old Mill Center and the Corvallis Boys and Girls Club. Even Flow Plumbing. Jim and Lisa Hardman started Even Flow Plumbing as a two-person family business in 2001. As one of the few plumbers in the area that specializes in service and repair, their mission is to provide quality service with attention to detail and customer satisfaction. Winner of Angie's List Super Service Award annually since 2012, the company donates to Corvallis High School Athletics, the Corvallis Boys and Girls Club, and St. Jude's Children's Hospitals, among others. Harrisbridge Vineyard. Harrisbridge Vineyard began in 1999 with the purchase of an abandoned railroad yard in a forgotten valley. Owners Nathan Warren and Amanda Seber were inspired by the picturesque landscape to find a way to connect to it and maintain the health and beauty of it in the business that they operate. It has evolved from a vineyard, winery, and distillery to a community organization that celebrates and supports life by offering yoga classes, weekly potlucks, and river swims through the summer. Running Princess, Oregon's premier women's athletic apparel boutique, celebrates the strength, determination, and beauty in every woman every day. Since its 2015 incorporation, Running Princess opened stores in downtown Corvallis, downtown Bend, and a temporary shop in Clackamas. This 2017 Oregon Main Street's Best New Business of the Year award recipient donates time and money to Heartland Humane Society, Corvallis Half Marathon, and Assistance League, along with many others.
Great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people. Steve Jobs knew that success was only possible when you surround yourself with a great team. Tonight's nominees for Large Business of the Year have tremendous teams that are doing great things right here in Corvallis. A fitness center, a veterinary hospital, and a nuclear technology company. Our nominees are a perfect representation of our diverse business community. Each of these companies has taken a leadership role with involved employees who believe in making a positive impact on the place they live and work. Here are the nominees for the Large Business of the Year. Bar 3, a fitness center. Bar 3 and its employees find balance at their core, offering exercise classes in downtown Corvallis. They use their standout expertise to fundraise for the Center Against Rape and Domestic Violence, Seroptimus, Open Streets, and Ashbrook Independent School. A member of the Downtown Corvallis Association and the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce, Bar 3 is actively working to use a custom approach to reframe the way their clients think about fitness. NewScale, a local nuclear technology company, NewScale's scalable and advanced production of electricity, heat, and clean water aims to improve the quality of life for people around the world. Since 2007, NewScale has grown from 2 employees to more than 300 working in Corvallis, as well as in other parts of the United States and the United Kingdom. NewScale's employees volunteer for local organizations and nonprofits, such as Corvallis Rotary Club After 5, Seroptimist, the Center Against Rape and Domestic Violence, and the Benton County Fairgrounds, among others. Willamette Veterinary Hospital. Willamette Veterinary Hospital has been serving the Corvallis community since 1967, caring to the urgent needs of Benton County and the surrounding area. Their mission is to provide the best quality medical care and experience available for pets and their parents 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This 2018 nominee for the Better Business Bureau Torch Award for Ethics donates to Heartland Humane Society, Corvallis Little League, and Osborne Aquatic Center, among others.
What is leadership? Integrity, creativity, vision, service, and empathy are just a few traits of an individual you might recognize as a leader. In Corvallis, we are fortunate to have many community leaders that contribute to the livability of our city every day. As you're about to hear, tonight's nominees are something special. They represent the exemplary characteristics of this award's namesake, Robert C. Ingalls. Each of them has contributed in fundamental ways to our community with great distinction. It's my great pleasure to introduce tonight's nominees for the Robert C. Ingalls Business Person of the Year Award. Tyler Childers. This financial advisor and former junior first citizen has spent the last 10 years with the Gallagher Childers Wealth Management Group. Tyler provides wealth security and exceptional service through commitment and integrity. Tyler has twice served as president of the Rotary After 5 Club and founded the Corvallis Half Marathon. This 3-time Paul Harris Fellow also supports Vina Moses Center, Community Outreach, and Heartland Humane Society, among others. Jeff Davis. As Regional Director of Benton County for Linn-Benton Community College for the past 10 years, Jeff has supported the region's economic vitality by helping people prepare for their first, next, and ideal job. This Oregon Employment and Training Association All-Star Award recipient volunteers for Da Vinci Days, the Early Learning Hub of Linn-Benton, Lincoln Counties, and the Resilience Project. Frederick Edwards. Fred has owned and operated Night Vision Security since 1994. This local business leader believes that businesses have a social responsibility to work with local government agencies to improve their communities. In 2017, he founded the Faith, Hope, and Charity nonprofit that strives to build a strong local community. Fred has also served on the board of directors for the Downtown Corvallis Association, Linn-Benton Housing Commission, and the City of Corvallis King Legacy Board. Helen Higgins. As CEO of the Corvallis Boys and Girls Club for the past 12 years, Helen has addressed persistent problems in our community by working with local partners to keep our youth safe and healthy. Most recently, Helen and her club completed a 5-year, $10 million capital campaign to build the Johnson Teen Center, a permanent space for teens that incorporates a medical and mental health clinic for youth. This former Hans Newcomb Leadership Award recipient has also donated her time to the Rotary Club of Greater Corvallis, the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce, and Leadership Corvallis, among others. Josh Messer. As Area General Manager of Northwest by Southern Hospitality, Josh has led the Downtown Courtyard Marriott in operations and community involvement while supporting its 2 sister locations, the Hilton Garden Inn and the Holiday Inn Express on the river. His newest location has provided opportunities for local business by hosting wine tastings and offering space for local groups. Josh also serves as board member of the Corvallis Downtown Association and is a member of the Economic Vitality Committee. Tom Nelson. Tom has been a catalyst for traded sector and small business in Corvallis as the city's economic development manager. His work has enabled local companies to survive, grow, and thrive, making Benton County a better place to live and work. Through his office, this 2018 Economic Development Leader of the Year advances and contributes to the work of the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce, Willamette Innovators Network, Visit Corvallis, and many others.
I do something like this, and I'm going to break one of your rules. Are you thank you for recognizing nonprofit leaders as business people, because you know what we do, we're running businesses and we're building the next future. And at the Boys and Girls Club, we're also building your future workforce. So give me a call if you're looking for plumbers, right, Lisa and Jim? Okay, give us a call. So anyway, thank you. Wow, what an honor and a surprise. Thank you.
Congratulations. We're going to have to rename that rule, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, next up is the Senior First Citizen Award. Would all of our previous winners of the Senior First Citizen and nominees stand to be recognized? All right, please check out the screen for details about this year's nominees.
Winston Churchill said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." Tonight's nominees for Senior First Citizen are synonymous with community. Their contributions to a variety of causes have made a positive impact, not just here in Corvallis, but around the world. Through their decades of service and leadership, they have improved the lives for people and businesses of Corvallis and certainly made their own lives what they are today by what they give. Here are the nominees for Senior First Citizen. Pat Lambton. Longtime civic leader and business owner, Pat Lambton has been serving the Corvallis community for over 40 years. This former Business Person of the Year and Helen Special Achievement Award recipient currently serves on the Benton Community Foundation Board, the Benton County Economic Development Advisory Board, and Citizens Bank Board of Directors. Pat has also served with Da Vinci Days, Corvallis Planning Commission, and the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce, among many others. Sylvia Moore. This Zonta Club of Corvallis past president has been volunteering in the community since 1987. Currently, Sylvia serves on the board for the Zonta Service Foundation and the Willamette Agility Group. She has also volunteered for Heartland Humane Society, Shintimony Kennel Club, and the NCAA Women's Gymnastics Committee. In 2018, Sylvia was inducted into the OSU Athletics Hall of Fame. Alice Rampton. This former Junior First Citizen and Jim and Ruth Howland Special Achievement Award recipient has served the Corvallis community for more than 4 decades. Alice co-founded Corvallis Safety Town, now in its 33rd year of operation, and has served in various board roles for the Corvallis Sister Cities Association since 1993. She currently chairs the Lead Gifts Fundraising Committee for the Benton County Historical Society and co-chairs the Touch Project, which benefits over 400 children in our sister city in Ukraine.
The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Tonight's nominees for First Citizen have built their careers serving their community. Their contributions to children, families, students, businesses, health, and the environment are a testament to Gandhi's belief that service is essential to a full and meaningful life. Each of tonight's nominees are successful business professionals and dedicated servants here in our community, volunteering their time to a number of causes that enrich the lives of the citizens of Corvallis. Although we only name one of them First Citizen, all are worthy of the title, and we thank them for their continued service to others. Here are your nominees for First Citizen of Corvallis. George Abel. For more than 4 decades, George Abel has been a dedicated citizen, businessman, and volunteer in the Corvallis community. This former junior First Citizen has served on the Vino Moses Board of Directors for the last 22 years, the Corvallis Fall Festival for 32 years, and has served various board roles for the Corvallis JCs for 31. He has also been a longtime volunteer for the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce, the State of Oregon JCs, and the Benton County Event Center and Fairgrounds. George has always been keenly aware of how far the generosity and kindness of a community extends to creating a livable community for all. Elizabeth Foster. This longtime Corvallis realtor and resident began her volunteer career at an early age. From going door to door collecting donations for various animal causes as a Girl Scout to starting the HPV-related Cancer Coalition nonprofit in 2016, Liz has embodied the service above self mantra. Liz has also volunteered time to the Corvallis Area Pan-Hellenic Society, the Corvallis Downtown Advisory Board, and has been featured in the Willamette Valley Real Producers magazine. Lee Griffith. A local business owner with a big heart, Lee Griffith has donated Bellavino gift baskets and Corvallis gift boxes to almost every major auction and volunteered her time to countless nonprofits in the Corvallis community, including Cardva, Old Mill Center, and the Corvallis Changemakers, among many others. As a member of the Zonta Club of Corvallis, she has served as the Foundation Board Secretary, co-chair of the annual dinner and auction, and is the incoming president. Lee also was the lead organizer of the 1 Billion Rising Revolution locally. Jim Mitchell. This former Transportation and Buildings Division manager for the city of Corvallis has spent much of his retirement volunteering for local nonprofits. Jim has served on the First Alternative Co-op Board of Directors as treasurer, vice president, and now president since 2013. He has also dedicated time to the Corvallis Sustainability Coalition's Transportation Action Team and provided care to injured and orphaned wildlife in the Shintimony Wildlife Center's Rehabilitation Clinic.